That's the end of this 8-week challenge. This is our last week. And found out a few interesting things about myself. First off, through listening to different podcasts, health, exercise, fitness related stuff, I've kind of realized that I am a binge eater, and it's not something that I seriously ever thought that I would be or have. And it's weird that it kind of like triggered memories of my mother, and realizing that the way I was eating, like my big thing too. Oh, very pretty duck. Pretty duck. I don't know if you could see it, but I saw it, so whatever. It is what it is. My mother would eat a lot. And not just like at one sitting, but like, I guess you could say that she snacked a lot. Oh, those are pretty. Sorry, short attention span. There was a lot of things that went on in my home that a lot of people did not know about. And I knew I was an emotional eater, but when you think of binge eating, or at least for me, it was just kind of like binge and purge. You know, you're either anorexic or you were on the other side, as a way of like, I thought of eating disorders. I was listening to YouTube video / podcast, whatever, of this gentleman, and he himself dealt with eating disorders, and like he knew exactly what triggered him. Like he couldn't just have one or two of this specific thing. He would end up getting a huge bag and just eat the whole thing, or he would grab something on the shelf at the store, like cookies, and eat those while he shopped. Now, given that this guy was a very big bodybuilder type dude, I don't know if he actually did bodybuilding competitions or not, but he was a big guy. And when he came into realization of his binge eating disorder, he did what he could to change that. So he knew he had to stay away from specific foods. And as he is explaining this, oh my gosh, it's already 3 minutes. I realized that the days that I knew that I had money on my card, I would go to Taco Bell. And I would sit in the parking lot. I would eat my food as fast as I possibly could, threw the trash away before I got home, and then acted like I hadn't even eaten anything, and then I would eat dinner on top of it. And this was more of a normal thing that I did than anything. And throughout the other challenges that I've done, it wasn't exactly something that I would stop. But I also noticed that whenever I put myself on a very strict diet, when the challenges were over or 75 hard, I went right back to the same thing. So learning about this, learning that it was something that I needed to deal with and come to confront in myself, has been hard, but I am dealing with it by, like, he knew that he could not control himself. I don't go by that plate. I don't go by the Taco Bell that was so easy to stop at anymore. If my husband decides to go to Taco Bell, instead of getting $5 box or eating a couple tacos and a couple burritos or whatever, I have started telling him to give me the Power Bowl. No rice, because they don't ever cook it right and it's hard, and that just is like a break in your teeth. But no rice, and double the meat, whether it's the chicken or the steak. And I find that when I am done with that, I'm actually full. I don't want to eat anything else. Also with dealing and coming to terms with other things that had made me eat my emotions, I guess you could say, and trying to deal with those things in a different way, like running, which I don't do that much of, lifting. If I'm feeling really stressed, I'll go super heavy, as heavy as I can possibly get, which isn't much, so I'm not lifting very heavy right now. Or what I don't think is very heavy is always heavy for somebody else. But and I also learned, I mean, even though it was been drilled into my brain for like the last year through the live streams, actually putting into practice and it clicking that I don't have to beat myself up for having one day where I go off track, like family get-togethers. Usually I would either take my food with me and then feel like a puppy dog staring at everybody else eating all the good food, or I wouldn't bring anything and I would totally overeat, and realizing that I was binging in front of my family hit me hard. But I know, like over Easter, I made protein the priority in my food, and I took little bits of like the beans and the potato salad, and I had like 2 small pieces of dessert. Like one was a brownie like this, and the other one was like a bird's nest. It's about the same size, and I was satisfied. I didn't overeat, and I didn't feel like I was gonna like explode. So even though I still have more work to do, there's always something new to learn. So with that being said, I'm gonna cut this off because it's already 8 minutes, and I really didn't even want it to be that long, but you know, sometimes I can't say what's up here real short, like, I don't know. Anyway, peace out. Love y'all.